Greetings, everyone. Welcome to my review of Sonic Universe issue 46. It's a brand new story arc starring our favorite bunch of detectives, in the games at least, the Chaotix, and by that I mean Vector, Charmy, and Espio. We finally return to a plot point established in Sonic the Hedgehog issue 212, Mighty and Ray looking for Mighty's sister. Now the Chaotix are looking for Mighty and Ray. Why? Well, we start with the Chaotix under attack in Deerwood Forest in Mercia by the forces of the Dark Egg Legion. Now, Vector has one of them and he is questioning the whereabouts of Mighty and Ray. Meanwhile, Espio reminds him to focus on their problems because they do not want to get captured and legionized. Charmy spots these big old robots coming out of the forest called goons and oh boy. And it looks like the Chaotix might be in over their heads on this one. Until an arrow hits one of them and boom. I wonder who is it? I wonder who it is. Could it be... who's this guy? Bo Sparrow. Alright, that's fair. And he is joined by Alan Quayle, Munchrat, and Friar Buck, and Thorn the Lop. The Lop? Yeah, Lop. Alright. And with their help, the Chaotix defeated the forces of the Dark Egg Legion and forced them to retreat. Yay. So they get acquainted with one another, and Espio mentions that, according to his intelligence, the king should be the leader of this group, the Mercian Freedom Fighters, and by that we mean Rob O'Hedge. Bo here explains that he and his family have gone into hiding and Bo is carrying on in his stead. Okay. In the meantime, the Vector explains why they are here. They are searching for Mighty and Ray. And obviously they have a lot to discuss, so they retreated to Deerwood Forest, the hideaway. And Vector remarks this is kind of like that whole incident in Down Under. And naturally, Espio would be confused since he was not present for those events. Alright. Well, we get a little more exposition on why the Chaotix are looking for Mighty and Ray. Turns out, during their search, Mighty and Ray have been sending letters back to the Chaotix, you know, detailed progress reports and all that. But recently, they haven't heard back, and what prompted their investigation in the first place, the warp ring Mighty and Ray used was sent back on its own, so ooh. And Vector says that the last letter they received indicated that they were coming to Mercia, and which makes sense because Mighty is from Mercia, and that would be the best chance of him looking for his sister, so that would make sense. And we get a little tale from the Freedom Fighters saying that they did arrive here and they were met with a similar welcome to the Chaotix earlier, but they held their ground better because Mighty is strong and there's actually singing it. It's like, whoa, hello there, hey Nani Nani? Hey Nani Nani? What? Yeah, I would prefer if you just tell me the tale. Alright, so they met up with the Mercian Freedom Fighters, and, well, this is interesting. Mighty learns that through the former king, who looks a lot like Rob for obvious reasons, family resemblance and all that, his parents were thieves and were sent to the dungeon, jeez Louise, and exiled Mighty due to his super strength. Now, you think Mighty would be mad about this, but nah, Mighty was like, oh, cool and all that stuff. And he's only here to find his sister. So that's when Friar Buck explained that he had some records about where she was, where she might have gone, and they discovered that she was actually roboticized 5 years ago. Now this has Espio thinking. If she was alive at the time and robotization preserved one's age until being turned back into flesh and blood, can't talk. And then Vector like calls him out and like, You're figuring it out now? I thought you had the Super Spy Network. Sorry, I'm not doing that Bobcat Goldthwait type voice Vector has. I'm sorry. My voice is killing me. So, well, and to be fair, Vector does have a point. SPO's Shinobi Clan has a vast intelligence network, but as we've figured out in the past, it's not entirely foolproof. It's not entirely thorough. Alright. So back to the story. The Freedom Fighters say that very night, they were going to join forces with Mighty and Ray to raid the castle to look up the whereabouts of Mighty's sister, because there's a good chance she might have been reassigned somewhere. But that night, Deerwood Forest was under attack, and, well, more singing song-alongs of how Mighty Ray and the Freedom Fighters defended the forest, and Charmy has joined in. Okay. And here comes more sing-song and how they defeated the forces and whatnot, blah 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 blah, yeah. And now even Vector has joined in on the fun. Now SBO, being the cool ninja, decides, but hey, at the very least, Flop says that the Chaotix have good singing voices. Now back in the flashback, Bo tells Mighty and Ray to go for it, take the chance now. Mighty does not want to leave, but Bo says, hey, they'll cover them while they make the break. Find the information, find the sister. And that's the last they ever saw of them. So, that's it. The Chaotix are wanting to go find them, and they're going to go raid the castle. Have fun storming the castle. But thankfully, Friar Buck has the plans to the castle, and there's a secret passageway that they can sneak in and hopefully find the location of Mighty and Ray, and a possible location to Mighty's sister on the EggNet, which has more thorough intelligence. Sorry, Shinobi Clan, but sometimes good old-fashioned internet or EggNet can be a little more reliable. Alright, so they make their way into the castle and got through their defenses and go through the secret hideaway. Meanwhile, the Lord of the Castle, Mordred Hood, and oh boy, he looks a little creepier than when we last saw him. He is using his super snake powers to try and hypnotize the prisoner to the location of the hideaway. And well, he's not making progress. He is not making progress one bit. However, a legionnaire informs Lord Hood that there are intruders in the catacombs, and well, Lord Hood is, well, excited because he'll make sure that they'll never leave. First, let me get on the subject of the Mercian Freedom Fighters. They are obviously based on the Merry Men, with Alan Quayle based on the minstrel Alan Adale, Munch Rat based on Much the Miller's son, and Friar Buck is obviously based on Friar Tuck. Longtime fans of the comics will note that we have actually met Friar Buck before. In issue 12 of Knuckles the Echidna, we get a brief look at a roboticized Friar Buck working for the High Sheriff, aka Antoine's father. But like the majority of Robians, he was de-roboticized by the Beam. Now, Friar Buck here is a non-violent member of the Freedom Fighters, but his view is slightly different than that of Guru Emu's, as in Guru Emu's all like, peace man, totally far out. Friar Buck, while he will not lift a finger to fight an enemy, he will not hold back his fellow Freedom Fighters for laying the punches. So it's a case of similar but different. So yeah. Now comes the puzzling part. Where is the Robin Hood XB, Robbo Hedge? Where is his wife Mary Ann? And where is their son John? Word of God says that we'll know more about them in the next issue, but but I bet there are comic fans upset about Bo Sparrow and Thorn the Lope. I'm a wait and see kind of guy, and besides, the main purpose of this arc is to find Mighty and Ray. And we got a brief look at some of Mighty's early life. We've seen it briefly before in issue 185. You know, the issue he was brainwashed by Mammoth Mogul. Ugh. And we also got to see more of what he and Ray have been up to since, well, they first arrived here in Mercia. I mean, this whole thing makes sense, coming back to one's original home to learn the location of his sister. That's a good start. And, well, we're only going to be here in Mercia for one more issue before we move on to Sandblaster territory. And, well, in a way it makes sense because many of us know or think they know who Mighty's sister is. But Ian may throw a curveball at the last moment, you know, and I'll be honestly surprised if he did. Now, the flashbacks are mostly told in song form thanks to Alan Quayle and his, Lou. Again, Alan O'Dale. Now, I find that a bit awkward because it's hard to me to picture the rhythm of the song. I mean, it's like, come drink me, your children, something, some kind of tune like that, but it's kind of hard. Now, the phrase, hey noni noni, that everybody eventually, well, sang, well, except SBO and Thorn, is a term used in songs as part of a refrain. Now, it originated from Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing, and has existed in some form or another to this day. And we get a closer look at the Mercian Dark Egg Legion, and, well, they have some support robots called Goons, or Giant, for offensive, occupation, and nullification. Now, we have seen similar robots back during the Knuckles Lost Tribe arc, when the said tribe were taken by these machines by order of the High Sheriff, again, Antoine's father. So, Now, Lord Hood, we've got a brief glimpse of him during the Eggman arc, and here we see how creepy he can really get, especially torturing prisoners via hypnosis. Now, part of this creepiness stems from the fact that Tracy drew him like that. In the previous appearance, Lord Hood was drawn by Jamal Peppers. So, wow. The Chaotix have a challenge before they move on to the next area in search of Mighty and Ray. Now, I'm giving this issue a 9 because, well, we need some Chaotix love. Plus, there is some much needed world building here, and we are advancing the Mighty and Ray plot. So we'll see how the Chaotix and the Mercian Freedom Fighters fare with Lord Hood in issue 47. Until then, see you next time. On a final note, there is a countdown to the Sonic Mega Man crossover on the cover. The same thing has appeared on Mega Man 19 and will appear on Sonic issue 243. Cannot wait.